So today again I'm still working on fixing my tow rails on my Alberg 37. Okay, this is the last few feet I have to fix, at least from this side. So here's the part I have done so far as putting new lag bolts in, or I mean machine screws. They're basically threaded into the fiberglass, and then I fill those edges just with the mix of epoxy resin and this 404 West System powder. But here's how this looks like. It's totally disgusting. This is some kind of a putty here that the boat builder put under the tow rails, the original teak tow rails, and there is virtually in some areas gaps. Like for instance here, I don't know if the camera is going to show this, but here's where the water would seep in. Again, it's just some kind of a putty comes right loose. Totally disgusting. See this? Great job here. There you go. This is the deck joint. There's already movement between this and the hull part. Clearly completely delaminated. Again, another spot right here. Not sure how good the camera is going to show this, but it's definitely movement and a clear visible gap. So yeah, this is going to be my work for today. Those are all the original holes where the utility rail was mounted on. There's basically no sealant. It was just strictly just the drilling holes to it, and just mount the rail on there like there would never ever be any water on top of this boat, right? Well, this is how it's gonna look like when I'm done. Not quite done yet, but basically when it's filled in, I'll simply fill this gap in as a 45-degree angle. I'm not gonna make it all that fancy. It still needs a little bit more of the filling. Can only do so much at a time. I'll fill the original holes back up, and then they're gonna get re-drilled and re-tapped. So, and then afterwards, once I put the utility rail on there, it also gets filled up with epoxy resin again. I'm not gonna use any kind of silicones or 3M 5200 or any of that stuff, because all it does is gonna dry out over time and the problem starts all over again. On top of that, shit comes right loose. Unbelievable. Total garbage. Money they're asking for those boats, and then how sloppy they were building them. It's really disgusting. People, if you have problems like that and you have tow rails that are covered with teak, again, get rid of this stupid teak. And chances are, depends on what boat you have, some are a little better than others, but I used to own several boats before that, and they all had similar problems, especially in those areas. What would have taken it to actually take this deck joint and bring it out all the way here, even a little bit wider? Why not make it a little bit wider in the first place? Fuse it on there, having enough material, because they barely got, maybe in some areas, less than ½ inch overlap. And then they used probably a little bit of polyester resin back then where they built the boats from to fuse it together. And this is gonna hold the whole strength of the boat here, right? So they could have just taken it all the way out and then just shave it down. And of course that's extra work, right? And then put whatever stupid teak on top or whatever they want to do. But no, don't take the teak. See, the teak was routed around it like this and overlapping this area, nicely hiding all this shit here. Unbelievable. Okay. Whatever that fucking thing is here for. See this? Simply drilling, tapping a, looks like a wood screw. One of those things that was holding the teak rail on there. And of course under there, another little hole where water can seep through. I mean, if you look at that mess, it looks almost like you're demolishing some old building. See this material here, this is whatever it is, silicone, putty, not even elastic anymore, no sealing components in there. It's tedious work. I hate it. I hate doing it, but if I don't do it now, it'll never get done, and it's gonna bite me in the ass later on. Fucking shit. Okay, now comes the nasty part, all this sanding. Okay, it's good enough for me. Ideally, of course, it's best to grind all the way down to the bare layer of original laminate fiberglass. In some areas I just leave the gel coat on there because this stuff I'm using is extremely adhesive, and again it's just gonna fill those gaps, make those deck joints strong again, or stronger than they ever were, to be honest. Like I said, this is how it's gonna look like.